guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. As you can see, we're back in the stew for another video. So in today's video, I wanted to break down a fire kind of acoustic guitar sample, and a pro of this is I've actually used a free version of a plugin for it, so you don't need any fancy plugins to make this. I'm also going to go through like the counter melodies, atmospheric sounds, all those different things that have kind of added up to sample being fire. So that's what we're going to be getting into in today's video. I appreciate everyone that's been sharing the most recent video support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with all the producer content here on a weekly basis, and you can follow me on Instagram at prod_by_jaded. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're getting into today, so let's jump into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be breaking down in this video is going to be this sample. So this is the Midi, and this is kind of how it sounds. I'm just going to solo this so you can hear it. So at first glance, this looks quite complicated, but what I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to go into another instance of this plugin, Ample Guitar Lite, which is free by the way. So any of you guys looking for a decent realistic guitar plugin, this is the Lite version. This is a pretty decent VST when it comes to acoustic guitar. I'm going to quickly break down the MIDI that I just showed you, and then I'm going to actually show you how to make your own version of it. So the main sorts of things you need to notice in these melodies is this is sort of the main part here. This is just basically a chord played individually, and these look like some top notes here, see. So basically this is one part, the bass notes are another part, and this top line melody here, which is probably more just this stuff, is another part. So I'm going to just show you how I would go about making another melody just sort of like that. So to start out, let's choose a different key. So I'll just start with A sharp minor. So that's a chord there, so what we can actually do is strum these like this. Nice, really nice chord there. And then what you could do is take that idea, draw it across, and then have some notes fill in between this. You could go, take this, put this up at F. Take this down. That's an example of how you kind of start building it. So now I'm going to go and add some more realistic touches in. So I just go into the top line here, go on 6th beat. Take this down an octave. So I start to use those two like that. And now you can start to add more and more. So it's kind of just keep figuring out what's going to work. And here, if you want to kind of add like a sort of Spanish feel, Control U to chop this. And we can sort of just stagger the velocities by holding the right click like this. So then you can go and add some bass notes. Tear it down. And then from there, you can just keep building. So basically all I kind of do is you split the idea into 3 sections, like the middle main chords, bass notes, and top line melodies. So yeah, you could probably do a little bit more here and there on the top line, but it's just an example. So now we're back to the regular ample guitar. So what I did from there is I basically just rendered that out and just started using it like that. And then the next thing I got in was these mallets from BBC Symphony Orchestra on Celeste, and that sounds something like this. So then in context with the guitar, so what I did with the bell here, or the Celeste, I've got a half time on. These are the settings, got the swell up on full and got it playing every half loop. EQ, here. It's really basic, broadly just taking some parts out that I like more than others. And then here, just like a standard EQ to 6 into the lows. So yeah, that's pretty much what that melody was. And then below that, I put like a little rainfall texture really, really low. Just to kind of create a bit of atmosphere. Then I came in with this synth bass, which was Boxy Moog in Omnisphere, I believe. So you can see I've got like a deliberate stop at the end, just so then when the next part of the MIDI hits, like the next note in the MIDI sequence hits, it doesn't slide, it just really kind of has that punch where there's a little bit more high end. And I just kind of like to do that sometimes so it doesn't all just sound like really smooth on the bass. Alright guys, so the next melody I've got here is the Purple Rain Finger. It's kind of like a kalimba pluck thing in Omnisphere, and I've layered in this melody. So I'll play it on its own and then I'll play it in context with the other sounds. So it's just a nice, really nice texture that adds with the mallets as well. And then one final last melody I added was this Lab Soft Piano. It's really high up, I've got this. And it just kind of, it's not very loud, it's just kind of softly sitting there because there's no other sort of melodic elements going on. But instead of it just being like the intro with nothing else in, I wanted to add this. So I'll play on its own. So that is just part of the initial guitar melody, copied and pasted, and then I've deleted a load of the bass notes and stuff, and then this is what remains. So yeah, that is pretty much the whole sample kind of deconstructed. One last thing I wanted to note to you guys is this sample at the top, you can see I took it down 100 cents here, so we were in E minor, it's now in D sharp minor, and that's the final one there. So I always re-render it, and then when I save it, which you can save it in through here like that, through the audio editor, and just hit save. When I save it, I'll put like what key it's in, what BPM, so I always like to know. But yeah, that's pretty much the sample deconstructed there. Yo, so that is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked this one. If you did, please go ahead, leave a thumbs up, comment below, share this with anyone that loves making music. But yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys. Thanks for everyone that's been checking out the sounds in the link in the description. If any of you guys want to go check it, there's free resources for producers and there's also premium sounds. They're just linked in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me today. I'm going to play you guys a preview of that sample now with some drums on it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.